Thank you for joining me, fellow Guardians. This is Sam from Multiverse Mission Control. And God, I know, right? It hasn't even been a year and I already seem to have crammed this bloody backlog with updates. Oh well. Anyway, today I'd like to address the channel's future, both in the short term and the long term. Starting with the short term, I may or may not have ran out my buffer of pre-recorded vids. Call it poor planning or being at the mercy of a capricious universe, but I used up my safety net. So, yeah, not to mention I went home for Memorial Day weekend, so I couldn't record as much. Thankfully, I was able to dedicate enough time just prior to focus and get the last week up, but I literally recorded Bright Lord like last night. So, anyway, it was like I almost had it up beforehand, and then just this splitting headache came out of nowhere, which, I mean, you saw in Prey, actually, and I had to sleep that off, and I lost my last window. And anyway, as a result, the next few updates may have a certain manic, janky feel to them as I scramble to stay ahead of deadline and reestablish my buffer, so sorry about that in advance. I truly am. And now for the long term. I recently gained employment once again. Huzzah! And in general, this is great news. It's employment that's a touch more on the virtuous side of things, with plenty of opportunity for stability, growth, and skill development, and it also practically takes up the whole day. Yeah. And that absolutely means that I have to go back to once a day. Because when I brought the idea up with my brother, he pointed out that the fact that I ran out my buffer when I didn't even have a job is probably indication enough of the necessity of this change. And I'm going to be implementing that change immediately following the finale for Shadow of the Colossus, so that means this Thursday. Because word from the inside says that training is going to be starting really soon, so I might as well just, get into the habit right now. I think that if I really want to focus a series, like if a sequel's on the horizon, such as with Shadow of Mordor, then maybe I will continue the double update, but that is now the exception, not the rule. And you can only expect to see like one of those going on at a time. On the plus side, this might mean that I have more time to spare for ironing out all the thorny details of an episode, just giving more love and care to each thing, and most importantly, having energy to spare, not like just pushing myself to draining point every time just to get things out on time. Not that I was bad before, but in terms of the job, it would absolutely destroy me, so, yeah. And as a silver lining, I think I actually will start doing a vlog series now. I actually do have a few ideas for some episodes, and I think I'm gonna put that up, next weekend. Can't say for sure what the schedule's going to look like on that. I'll just have to figure it out as I go. But yeah. And that's going to be kind of Jimquisition-esque, just talking about some common themes I'm noticing in gaming industry and culture and things like that, and just giving my thoughts on it. It's not going to be... It may not be super pro or anything like that, but, the amateur opinion is important too, because odds are good a lot of people are going to be thinking like that, so, So to sum up, I done goofed, next updates are weird, plus I got good job means way less vids, and maybe a vlog series. Hopefully I'm still able to put out decent enough content to keep a few fans I have happy, and maybe even climb the ladder someday. But in any case, thank you all for your continued support throughout my time and my experiments on YouTube, and for future viewers, thank you so much for your patience and understanding as we move on ahead. I love video gaming. I believe that games provide a private window for unabashed joy, fun, freedom, pride, and most important, development at one's own pace. I believe that games touch on important aspects of the human psyche and existence as a whole, and I believe that games can subtly improve one's cognitive and emotional skills, and that in the long term, the art can be molded even further to be shaped into more engrossing, more meaningful, and even more beneficial states of being. And I believe that promoting both its immediate glee and benefits, and its potential for growth, are worthy endeavors unto themselves, so I will try to continue this channel for as long as I bloody well can. So, thank you all for tuning in. Like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And remember, You all have the potential to get good. Peace out.